In this video, I'm going to share with you how I use run in place, something like this, basically running in place and not going anywhere, to resolve my own neck issue, which I suffered from a motorcycle accident when I was 17. This is 45 years ago. And also to essentially regain my posture, so I will have good symmetry and balance. This is also what I recommend in the clinic to my patients who suffer from bunions, knee issues, all the way to depression, essentially. Okay, depression, part of it is posture, right? So when we run in place correctly for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 12 minutes, twice a day, for example, it will really change our lives. The tools I use is a stick, and this is a bamboo stick. It's about the size of my pinky. Can probably find a 1/4-inch dowel or something like that, but this is a bamboo stick, which I pick up from somewhere. And here's the theory, okay? So a good alignment is when our sacrum and partially the mid-back and the back of our head are actually in line, right? So these 3 points that contact the bamboo stick, for example, are actually perpendicular to the ground. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to be able to run in place while maintaining this posture. Okay, so how do I do that? Okay, so bamboo stick, right? I also have a yoga strap, which I would basically just wear this around my waist. I will tie it, and then I will put the stick in. Okay, make sure the stick actually touches my sacrum. Okay, and then I have a running hat that has a little loop in the back. I loop it on top of the stick. Then I have a little clamp, basically clamp my head to the bamboo stick. Okay. So now the bamboo stick is not going to go anywhere because it's light and it's being secured to essentially my head. Okay. So now it's very easy for me to maintain those 3 points, right? So so I touch the sacrum, right? The mid-back has a touch with the bamboo stick, and my back of my head is essentially, in touch with the bamboo stick as well. So now I have the posture or the alignment that I need to do run in place, okay? So a couple of things before I move on to my feet, okay? So when I run, because of this posture, then my eyes are actually very level, okay? So in my, the opposite wall, I actually have a little drawing done by my daughter. So when I run in place, I will actually fix my gaze on that heart shape that she draw and connect to her. I will actually connect to loving kindness and connect to her, okay? Part of what I do is I will elevate my Ren 1, okay, which is the starting point for my Ren channel and Du channel. I will have a good sense of purpose in my heart. For example, I have this neck injury, 45 years ago. It actually served a tremendous purpose. So all my life, I've been, trying to resolve this pain, which I, have had for a long, long time, right? So now, this sort of injured neck continue to motivate me to seek possible solutions to this, right? So right now, this running in place is because I have this really, I really have a pain in the neck need to resolve this issue. So, so when I'm doing this, let's say, I've been doing this for about 3 months. I do see, progress, right? So let's say if I do this for another 2 years, right? And our body actually changes every 7 years. Bones, tissues, everything, right? Basically all the cells in our body. So let's say within 7 years, I resolve my neck issue. And I think that's for me personally, then I would have the firsthand experience I need to share with my patients in the clinic, which I'm doing right now, right? So, again, good posture, good form, right? Very relaxed, right? Then I will set my timer for, initially I will recommend 3 minutes, right? And then gradually, every other day or something like that, increase a minute or 2 minutes. Right now I'm doing 12 minutes, which I think is, over 12 minutes I don't see much benefit. But something magical will happen around, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. My entire body will actually get very warm because my alignment will be so good, right? The blood flow, circulation, in Chinese medicine we call it qi, everything is free flowing, right? We actually feel this beautiful warmth, not sweating, not hot, but this very gentle warmth circulating around my body around the 9 minute, 10 minute mark, right? So then I enjoy it for another, 3 minutes essentially until 12. So that's my suggestion, okay? So now I'm going to move on to the feet. The key for the feet is to focus on 3 points underneath each foot, okay? There are 1 point underneath the big toe, 1 underneath the little toe, and 1 right in front of the heel. Not at the center of the heel, but right in the front of the heel. So 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points, okay? So the goal is to land, okay, evenly on these 2 points, okay? My bunion patients, for example, when they land or when they push off, when they walk, they push off on their big toe. And because of the extra pressure on the big toe, every step, a person is taking, this bone has to be bigger, and then eventually results in, bunions, basically, right? So then there will be an angle around that area, okay? So this could be an issue with how we walk, right? It could be an issue with a sprained ankle or dislocated ankle, right? It could be something, with the knee, the hip, the ribs, the shoulders, the neck, you name it, right? But when we run in place, right? When we run with those 2 points in mind or 3 points in mind, we can start with, just focusing on the 2 front points. And when the heel point is almost touching, that's when it comes back up, okay? So in the beginning, what I recommend people to do is to say, just without leaving the ground at all, right? Just shift our body weight left and right, and then feel if they are the same. We want to be able to carry our body weight evenly, right? As symmetrically as we can. And then eventually, once we have that coordination, then we can start to run in place, right? When I do, I like to listen to, certain music, right? That's not truly fast tempo, but something I can maintain, something just like that, okay? And when I run, I'm actually extremely mindful, how I land on those 2, how I land. I want to be as quiet as I possibly can. I don't want to do something like this. I want to land as softly as I possibly can, okay? So my own experience and my patient's experience is, if there's an ankle issue, the ankle will actually start to hurt. And that is good, okay? That is not a problem, okay? And continue to say, okay, I'm going to focus on those 2 points in the front, right? And when they land and the back point is almost touching the ground, I'm coming up. So essentially we are restructuring, right? Realigning all the bones on, in the foot. When the ankle is slightly out of place, for example, right? All the bones are actually compensating, right? So when we start to run, we start to untangle or to realign these bones, right? So they go back to where they're supposed to be, right? And if there's pain, as long as it's not grinding, they're not, well, if it's severe pain, you should definitely see somebody who knows, what to do with realigning an ankle. But if you believe it's just muscle, it's something that, you can put your mind to it, right? Send loving kindness to the pain spot, right? And truly feel. It's like, oh my goodness, I wasn't balanced. That's why. That's why I have bunions. That's why I'm very agitated. That's why I can't sleep, right? So work on this. So I hope this sort of crazy, dumb, a little bit stupid setup will give you some ideas, right? Some people say, okay, John, can I just go run outside? I say, please, run inside, in place, for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, until your body is okay with this new posture, right? With this new running, posture. And when we walk, we should be doing the same thing, right? So this is realigning the body, retraining the body. This is part of our cultivation, right? This mindful cultivation to really understand and feel our body. I hope this resonates with you and you will be able to decide to give it a shot. Thank you.